Hello, everyone. My name is Cassidy. I am one of the client success specialists here at Yulio. I just want to start off by welcoming everyone and thank you all for joining this webinar. The main objective today is to dive into Yulio and get everyone comfortable within the Yulio ecosystem so that you can confidently use our platform. We do have 1 hour together and I will be covering a lot of information. So if you do have any other questions along the way, please use the chat box and I will answer them at the end of the session. If you do want to book a training session with me or schedule a follow-up, please do not hesitate. Here is all my contact information. I'll also have it up at the end if you want to write it down as well. If you do have to leave the webinar for any reason, I will be recording this and I will send it out either today or tomorrow morning for all of you guys to watch as well. Okay, so let's get started here. So here is our agenda for the day. So first, I'm just going to show you a few sample projects. Then I'm going to show you and tell you about Yulio Jump. Then we're going to talk about how to make and organize your projects, how to enhance your projects, how to share your projects, and then some helpful tips and tricks to kind of help you along the way while creating those projects. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to show you a few sample projects here of what Yulio can do. So this project here was rendered with 3ds Max, and it's actually a lighting study. As you can see here, this button, this is your scene option groups, and we will cover how to create these a bit later on in the session, but you have your daytime and your nighttime, and just by simply clicking on that nighttime button, then here is your scene option group in nighttime. Viewing this project on a computer screen is actually considered fish tank viewing, and it's not actually immersive VR. It only becomes immersive when you are viewing your project in VR, headset, or in those goggles. Fish tank viewing does allow you to share your projects through social media and even on your own website. So just going to go around the project here so you can see it. And then if you ever did want to go back to daytime, you simply click this button and go over to daytime. So by sharing your project with fish tank viewing, it does help you gain more leads from your designs and just make your website stand out from others. So here is your project here. The next project I have, this is made out of CET with Yulio Jump. Just going to give it a second to load here. Perfect. So this project here, Yulio Jump has actually created automatic navigation hotspots. So your central office and your working space are those hotspots, and also a floor plan. So this button right here, Yulio Jump automatically created. I've also added hotspots to make my project a bit more kind of interactive, informative, and immersive. So as you can see here, here's a video hotspot, an image hotspot, an audio hotspot, and another image hotspot. We will go over how to cover all of these throughout the session. And just to click on here, this is what a hotspot looks like if you were to click on it. So just like here, this is the project here. Okay, so I'm just going to go back here. Okay, so as mentioned in the last project, that was made using Yulio Jump. Yulio Jump is a cloud-based rendering engine that gives designers that render button. It can produce the files you need for VR and 2D perspective renders straight out of CET. So it takes care of all the complexities or hard parts of rendering for you. And Yulio Jump also can generate a floor plan and navigation hotspots, which I showed you in the last sample project. We do have a detailed guide on how to use Yulio Jump for many extensions available on our website on the CAD plugin page, and I will show you where that is as well. We've also recently launched a learning portal, and that includes 4 training courses, videos, tutorials, and more. It is included in your Yulio account, so it's a great resource to be shared with your team or if you just want a refresher as well. So once you have your renders ready for VR, I'm going to show you how to create your projects on Yulio. So your first step here is to log into your Yulio account. So that's just simply going onto yulio.com. And it should look like this here. So when you log on, it will automatically take you to your projects page right here. On your projects page is where you will see your folders of projects. At the top of your page is where you'll see all these 5 tabs here. So you'll have your projects, headsets, collaborate, resource tab, and your email address. We're going to go ahead and just press on this headset tab right here. So your headset tab is where you will go when you want to connect your headset, and your headset projects is what is available on your headset, and you can delete and add projects whenever you would like. So just by simply clicking on this headset project buttons, I can see what projects now are in there. These are the projects too that you can view offline when you're not connected to Wi-Fi. And if you wanted to add more, you can just go ahead and add more. If you want to delete, you can do so as well. Collaborate button here. So Collaborate is actually Yulio's most popular feature. We will cover this a bit later on at the end of the webinar, but for now, this is where you would go to start that Collaborate session. Your resource tab, this is where you have all of Yulio's resources. So you have your CAD plugin page, which I just talked about, your client galleries, your knowledge base, the training portal, our blog, and project resources as well. Under your email here, so your email tab is kind of where you have all of your settings, your account, and your company settings. I would say company settings is more so used for admins, and account settings is personal to your account itself. So now I'm just going to go ahead and click on the projects page here. So your projects are managed and organized into folders. They appear on the left side, like I said, and there are 2 different types of folders. So as you can see here, there's a little person icon here and then 3 all black folders. Your team folder is public and will have this kind of person icon on there. And these folders are visible to you and anyone that is a user on your account. The private folders that are solid black are only visible to yourself and those who you have chosen to give access to. Admins on your account have the ability to create folders, but one thing we do recommend is making folders on a per project, per client, or even a per designer basis, just to keep things as organized as possible, but completely up to you how you would like to organize your folders. So to create a folder, all you're going to do is press this Create New Folder button, add your label, and press Create. So I'm just going to name this webinar. You can name it whatever you would like, get as creative with it as you would like, and just press create. To move a project, all you do is click and drag it. So let's say I want to make my private webinar folder public. I'm just going to click and drag it into my team folder. And as you can see now, it has that person icon, so it is public to anyone on my team. If I want to make it private again, I'm just clicking and dragging, and now it's private. If you want to give access to a private folder, you can just go ahead and press these 3 dots, press permissions, and everyone on your team will show up here and you can select their name to give them permission. To delete a folder, again, you go to these 3 dots and press delete. I'm not going to delete this folder because I just created it for this webinar, but this is where you would go to do so. Okay, so now let's get into uploading your renders and creating that VR project. So you're going to go ahead and press this big Create Project button right here. And here, this is where you upload your files from your computer. So these uploads can be 360 photos or anything that you would like to select. They are pre-rendered, so we're just uploading to Yulio and processing to make those files viewable in VR. If you render with Yulio Jump, a project will automatically be created for you with these files, so you don't have to worry about this step. So as you can see, we are under your Assets tab here, and the first thing you have is your scenes. So your scenes are your building blocks for your project, and they are your bare minimum to have in any of your projects. All the rest are your enhancement options, and you do not have to upload everything. They are just options. So I'm going to go ahead here and press Browse, and I'm going to upload my scenes just by simply clicking on them here and press Open. While those are loading, I'm just going to go over to the Audio tab here. So you can add audio in 2 different ways. One being audio hotspots, which targets where you're placing audio. So you could place it over a chair, a desk, wherever you would like. And your second is your ambient audio. So this automatically plays when you enter into a scene, making your project just a bit more immersive for the viewer. So we'll go through how to create both. So for now, this is just where you go to add that audio. So again, browse, I'm going to add some office ambience and a welcome message and press Open. Another idea is you can also add your own voice by recording on your computer or any device. You can give information about a product, space, design, or even record a customized message for a client. So tons of options for audio. Next, we have your image here. So this allows you to upload any JPEG or PNG image into your project as an image hotspot. So this could be anything. A few examples could be a product shot, a different configuration of the product or space, or even your 2D renders from Yulio Jump. This allows the viewer to see different options of the design, kind of see more detailed products, and understand the design. So same process here, you're just going to browse your computer. I'm going to upload a chair option in a table and press open. Next, we have your video. So you can insert a video into your project as a video hotspot, and you can link any video on YouTube. We do have two types of video hotspots. So one being premium, which is an add-on feature that you can upload directly with no ads and allows you to view in VR and browser mode. And the second is basic, which may have ads. Since it's hosted from YouTube, it can only be viewed in your browser mode. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my YouTube video just by simply clicking on this right here. Go to YouTube. I'm just going to upload this Yulio YouTube video. You can upload whatever you would like. Oops, right here. Then press add. Next, you have your AR option. So as long as you upload a file that is compatible, here are the compatible formats here, you will be able to place an AR model into your project. If you are rendering with Yulio Jump for CET or Revit, you will be able to create AR assets through our plugin super easily. It will be automatically created for you. So AR hotspots allow you to bring elements to life, and you will be able to see the product in full 360. And if you want to take it one step further, you can use your phone or tablet to actually see the product in your physical space. So I'm going to go ahead here and just upload my AR model. Perfect. And last but not least here, we do have our floor plan. If you render with Yulio Jump, this will automatically upload for you, but if you have your own or want to replace it, this is where you go to do that. So again, I'm just browsing my computer, pressing my floor plan, and uploading it here. So that is all the enhancements that you can add into your project. You can always come back to this page and add more or take away. At Yulio, there's no save button, so everything is automatically saved once you make even a minor edit. So you can edit your project at any time, and it will automatically be saved here. So as you can see here, the AR model does take a few minutes to upload. So I've gone ahead and uploaded this exact same project with my AR already uploaded here. So I'm just going to go back. Perfect, right here. And as you can see, my AR model is uploaded. So the next step is to rename and rearrange your project and your scenes in the order that you want them viewed. So I'm going to go ahead and rename my project. I'm just going to name it Office, but you can get as creative with it as you want. I'm just going to keep it nice and simple and basic for this one. Now my next step is to rename my scenes. So again, I'm just going to keep it basic, but totally up to you how you would like to name them. Now that I have my labels, I'm going to rearrange my scenes in the order that I want the viewer to see them. So when you do rearrange your scenes, you kind of want to think about the flow that you would like your viewer to take through the space and organize your scenes accordingly. This will also make things easier when adding your hotspots once we go into the hotspot editor. So I want the middle scene to come after the front. So I'm just going to go ahead and press these two dots here and click and drag. So now I have my front, middle, computer, and back. And I am good with that order. So the next step, once I've renamed everything and rearranged my scenes, is to link our scenes and enhancements into our project. So what we do for that is we use the hotspot editor right here, and we're going to go ahead and click that to open it up. So here you have all your editing options along the left side here. The first one that you have is your navigation hotspots. These help make your project have a logical flow and give that sense of kind of walking around the space. And this is Yulio's form of point-to-point navigation. If you use Yulio Jump, this will be done for you, but you can fine tune and edit them if you'd like. So all you do here is you're going to click and drag to wherever you want the hotspot to be, just like this. When placing your hotspot, you want to think about the journey that you want your viewer to take. So I'm going to place my hotspot right here so that my viewers can easily navigate to the next scene with a nice flow. And just drag and drop where you would like it. You can change the title, hide the title, change the depth, which makes it closer or further away in VR, and you also have color options, black or white, for the hotspot. So I'm going to keep the text. I'm going to make it a bit further away in VR, keep it white, and press close. You do not have to put every hotspot in every scene, but what we do recommend is putting at least one in every scene so that your scenes can easily link together. So I'm going to go ahead and add navigation hotspots to each scene, and I will explain as I go. So for the back, I'm going to put it all the way here at the back. Again, I'm just clicking and dragging, keeping the title, making a bit further away in VR, and press close. Now I'm going to use these arrows here and press next scene. Okay, and as you can see, I'm now in the middle scene. So I'm just going to click and drag the front right here, make it a bit further away in VR, and press close. And I want my computer hotspot right there on the computer, and press close. And then I have my back hotspot, which is all the way at the back of the office here, and press close. Now going to the next scene. Okay, so now I'm in my computer scene, which you can see the title right here. I'm going to add a front right here, change the depth to a little further away in VR, press close. Now I'm not going to add a middle hotspot to this just because I think that you can see the middle scene from here, but completely up to you if you want to add one or not. And the back all the way here. Then I'm going to go to my next scene. Oops. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm in the back here. I'm going to put one all the way here in the front, make it a bit further away in VR. I'm going to put my middle here right on the floor. You can place it on the wall, on the floor, wherever you would like. Perfect. And now going back to my scene here. And then you can see your navigation hotspots right here. So next you have your audio. So this is similar to navigation hotspots in the sense of all you're doing is clicking and dragging where you would like your hotspot placed. It has the same editing options with text, color, and depth. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add some office ambience. I'm just going to put it right here. So it doesn't take away from the full scene, but that the viewer is able to see that that's where the audio is. You can add as many audio hotspots as you would like in each scene or as little as you would like, completely up to you. And you can also change the title. So I'm just going to make this shorter so that it's kind of not taking away from the full scene. Just name it audio, the depth a little further, and press close. And there is your audio hotspot. Next, you have text. So here you can add a title and a description. So we do see text hotspots being used for welcome messages, external links, kind of anything that you would like. And you can link it to any URL. So it's essentially like creating a button, and you have 140 characters. So I'm going to press create new. Let's do maybe we'll do a welcome message. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. You can get as creative with it, and you have up to 140 characters to use here. Now for your external links, we do see it being used for like a click here, a buy here, a view here, whatever you would like. So I'm going to do a view here. I'm just going to link back to the Yulio website, but you can link to any website that you would like. And press close. And then you can click and drag to where you want it. So let's say I'm going to put it right on this computer here. There is your text hotspot. Next, you have your image. So again, you're clicking and dragging and you have the same editing options. You can place your images anywhere. A few examples could be on a product, on a desk, or even on the floor as a hotspot. So completely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and click and drag and put this chair right here so that the viewers are able to see their chair options very easily and clearly. I'm going to keep the title, and maybe for this external link, I'm going to do a by here. And again, you can link to any website. I'm just going to link back to Yulio and press close. And there you have your image hotspot. Next, you have your video. So we see videos being placed on a screen, but you can place them wherever you would like. Again, you're just clicking and dragging. So I'm just going to click and drag it right onto the screen right here. I'm going to keep the title. I'm not going to add an external link for this one, but you could if you wanted to, and press close. And there is your video hotspot. Here you have your AR, so same option here, you're just clicking and dragging. So I'm going to place it over this chair here, and maybe I'll link and I'll do a, let's do a click here. Add your external link and press close, and there you have your AR. Next, you have your floor plan where you can add markers. So I'm going to go ahead and add my markers. It does not have to be exact, just approximate to where the scenes are. So just by simply clicking and dragging right here, you have your front, your middle, your computer, and the back right here. And this kind of helps clients navigate around and orient themselves into your space while also understanding the space and how those elements fit together. And they can select where they want to go on the floor plan just by simply clicking on any marker available on the floor plan. And here you have your starting direction. So this allows you to assign a shot for your project, and you can do so for every scene. So you can just click and drag to where you want your starting direction to be. So I'm going to press apply here because I want everything right here, and press apply. Sometimes rendered out of CAD is a bit off, so this is a good feature to frame your space and the furniture a bit better. It does just take a few moments to upload here, and if you wanted to create a starting direction for another scene, all you would do here is use these arrows, press next scene, and click and drag to where you want it. So for my middle, I want it right here, press apply, and there you have your starting direction. So now the final enhancement that we are missing that I have mentioned is your ambient audio. So this is actually added outside of the hotspot editor. So I'm going to go ahead here and just press this back button here. And now I'm back into my edit project page. So under my scene tab, which I'm in right now, I'm going to click the ambient audio button, which is this button right here. And I'm going to select the audio that I would like to use. So I'm going to add in a welcome message. You can choose to loop or play once. I'm just going to play it once and press save. If you would like to add it for all your scenes, you have to do it manually for each. So if I wanted to add an ambient audio for all 4 of my scenes, I just go to 1, 2, 3, and 4 and add my ambient audio for each of those scenes. So now that you have your ambient audio, your enhancements, and your scenes, your project is ready to view in VR. So here we go. So to open your project in VR, you're just going to go to this little square button here, and it's going to say View in 360. Press that. So looking through the project, we are able to see right away all the hotspots that we created, and we are able to see those navigation hotspots. So you have your back and your middle. Here you have your text, your audio, your video, your chair option. Just going around the space here. And if I wanted to click on the AR here, this barcode will show up, and then you're able to actually scan that and use this in your real space here. So super cool feature that you can add into your projects. So let's just click on here on navigation hotspot. Perfect. And if you ever wanted to go to the next scene,
welcome to our 360-degree experience
spot on here. If you did ever want to go to the next scene without using the navigation hotspots, you can open up the floor plan right here and select where you want to go. So let's say I want to go all the way to the back. I just clicked on the back marker and it will take me right there. And as you can see, I'm in the back with my navigation hotspots. Okay, so just exiting out here. So now that you have your project, you might want to make some minor edits in the future. So you do have a few options here. You can move, download, replace, and you can also create scene option groups. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload my scene option groups before I start talking about it here, so it takes a few moments to upload. So here's an example of a scene option group. Using this white button right here, so you're in 1, let's go into 2. It gives you the ability to show off different configurations of a project, kind of providing your client with options. So it could be different materials, colors, building shelves, completely up to you. So this is option B for the condo. And then just clicking this white button here takes you to option C. So if I want to go back to A, like this, you can also have multiple scene option groups within a project. So completely up to you how you would like to do it. Okay, let's see if it's uploaded. Perfect. So my scene option group has uploaded. So to make a group, you upload your scenes as you normally would, but now you're going to drag and drop on top of each other to where you want that group created. So I want my front with my front, and you'll see this little create group button up here, and then you just drop it and it will name that group here. So I'm going to name it, front options, and there you have your scene option groups. You can also rearrange the scenes as well in whatever that order that you would like. And once complete, you can view your project just by clicking on this View in 360 button again. And you have that little white tab at the bottom center, and that will give you all of your scene option groups. So here I have front. If I wanted to go to front 2, it also keeps the navigation hotspots for you as well. Perfect. So back to our project page here. So you have the move feature. So the move feature allows you to move a project to a new or different folder within your account. And this can help with project and folder organization and who has access within your team. So it's this button right here. You can choose where you want to go. So let's say I want to put it in training. And now it's moved to my training folder automatically for you. The download button right here. So this allows you to download individual scenes from any project in your account to your computer or device. So I'm just going to go ahead and press download here. You must download one scene at a time, and the file downloaded will be the original source file. So it will look like this if you went ahead and downloaded it. And last here, you have your replace button here. So this is useful if you ever wanted to replace a scene. So this could be because a client requests different options or the project has just simply changed over time. All you do here is select that replace icon, browse your device here, and your new scene will upload. If you want to, it gives you the option to keep your hotspots, your data, and your markup. So completely up to you what you would like to do. So without redoing your entire project, and if you wanted to make minor edits, this is the perfect feature to do so. So now that you have your complete project, let's go through how to share your project. So as I said, you have your 4 tabs here, and we're under your Assets tab right now. We're going to go over to your Share tab. So here you'll find your project URL, and every project you create will have its own unique URL. So you can share it anywhere you would a regular URL. So that could be an email, hyperlink, PDF, etc. You can also share to the home screen or select a specific scene by clicking here. So I'm going to choose starting scene, and right now it's in my scene option groups for the front. You can share it via text by simply clicking on this button here. And if you put in their phone number, they'll receive a text right away with the project link, and they can view it on their phone, computer, or any device that they have. The next one here is embed here. So you can embed your project directly on your website. I do suggest getting your tech or marketing team to help you with this, just because it can get a little tricky. But embedding does allow you to create a unique online gallery, and all the Yulio branding is removed. So an example here of what your project can look like on your website is just like this. So right now it's just I'm just on the Yulio website, on the VR showcase, and just going around the space here. Cool. Okay, going back to my project. Another way to share your projects is with client galleries. So to create a gallery, all you're going to do is press the resource button right here and press client galleries. Once you press create gallery, you will put in all of your client information and add your projects. And by connecting a headset, you will be able to send the gallery to your client's headset, or if a client has their own, they can connect it later on. This allows you to share up to 10 projects directly with your client in VR or in browser mode. And you can set up separate client galleries for as many clients as you would like. You can add up to 10, but have to start with at least one to have a gallery. This is the perfect feature if you want to share more than one project with a client at the same time, because you can also add or delete projects in a gallery whenever you would like. So just going to go back here to our project. So one of the other 4 tabs that you have here is your analytic tab. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. This gives you the data on the total number of views, each unique view, and breaks it down for you. So you can see the date and time, location, and how long was spent looking. You can use this tab to better communicate with clients, gain insight, and better understand how and when clients are engaging with your project. So as you can see on the viewer type, it just says Fish Tank VR. This just means that it was viewed on a computer. And for location, it will not tell you the exact location for privacy reasons, but you will be able to see the city that it was viewed in. This is also a good feature if you sent over a project to a client and you want to know if they have viewed it. All you do is head over to the Analytic tab and you'll be able to see when they viewed it, where they viewed it, and how long they were looking at it for. The next tab is your Settings tab right here, and here you're able to see the details of your project. So you can see who the author is, date it was created, and turn your project to private if needed. So to public, I'm just going to click private, and now my project is private. You can also turn on your project markup, and this is turned on a per project basis and allows you to edit and add a layer into your project. So right now I have it on. If I want to turn it off, I just click that tab, but I'm going to keep it on so I can show you what it looks like. This works great when a client is viewing a project and you want to add notes to a specific space, mark up something to note, or even draw something to show your clients. So again, I'm just going to press View in 360 here. And when your project markup is turned on, you'll see this little kind of draw button on your right side, and that means that you can use the markup. So by clicking that, you can draw an arrow, you can circle something, you can add a note, this. And that is when project markup is turned on. Perfect. So just going back here. So I'm going to show you now how to customize your Yulio experience and your project. So on the right side of your screen here, under your email, you're going to select Company Settings. This brings you to your custom settings page, and this is mainly used for admins on your account. So your usage and plan tab here is where you're able to see your subscription information, how many seats you have, and payment information. Your custom branding tab is where you can add your custom company logo, and it will appear every time you enter a project in VR and browser mode. You can upload any file as long as it hits the requirements. And as you can see here, I just went ahead and uploaded the Yulio logo. Your company lobby, so this is what is displayed on your headset, and you can change it by simply clicking the Change Lobby button right here. And you can select which scene in which project you would like to use. And this allows you to customize the environment that you are standing in while in the Yulio Viewer app on a headset or mobile device. This scene here must be a scene in your Yulio account. And if it's not, then you'll have to create a new project to upload. And if there are multiple scenes in your project, it will automatically use the first scene. Well, one thing to note here is you must have admin access to update that lobby. Next, you have your Manage Users tab. So this is where you can add users to your account depending on the number of seats that you have. You can also add seats to your Yulio account just by simply clicking this Add User button. All you do is put in their email, first and last name, and select the role. As you can see, we have 3 different roles here, and most of the time we see people being set up as an admin or an author. The only difference between them is that admins have access to company settings, can create folders, and they can also add users. Okay, so last but not least here, we have Yulio's most popular feature, which is Collaborate right at the top right here. So this is like a presentation mode, which allows you to see what other people are seeing, guide them to a spotlighted area, and have everyone meeting in the same virtual space. It can be used in so many different scenarios and has really kind of expanded over the last few years. It can be used in person, at a trade show or booth, or even remote meetings. People that you're meeting with in person will all be in the same session on headsets, and remote people can join from anywhere on a headset or in browser mode. So like I said, to launch a session, all you're going to do is press Collaborate at the top here and press Start Collaborating. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you all to join if you can. So you just go to live.yulio.com, and it's going to ask you to put in a 4-digit code, and that's going to be RP8J. And I will repeat that as well. So again, it's live.yulio.com, and the 4-digit code is RP8J. I will just give a few moments for people to join here. So RP8J is that 4-digit code that you want to start with. Perfect. So when a new guest joins, you will be able to see their name show up here on the left side. So perfect. I see we have 2 people joined so far. Okay. So I will start, and if you do want to join, feel free to do. Again, the code is RP8J. So there are 2 different modes of Collaborate. So you have your Present mode and your Explore mode. Generally, what we do recommend is starting off in Present mode to guide your viewers through the space, and then assign presenter controls after. Present mode will automatically be the mode that launches when you do open a Collaborate session here. Present mode keeps you as the presenter and gives you all the control, and you can choose to give control to any participant. So I'm going to go ahead here and select Laura for presenter controls so that you can see what it looks like when someone else has presenter controls. This is the most powerful part of Collaborate because it allows you to see what your guests are seeing. And as the host, you can activate hotspots, view the floor plan, and everyone will be there with you. Guests will not be following your gaze exactly, but they will always be in the same scene as you. But they do have the freedom to look around. I'm just going to turn around.
If you're viewing on
There we go. If you want to make sure everyone's looking at the exact same space, we recommend using the Spotlight feature. So I'm going to go ahead here and just take back presenter control so I can show you the Spotlight feature. Just like that. So this changes everyone's gaze, directs the conversation, and reconnects the presentation. So all you do is simply place your gaze where you would like to direct everyone to. So again, just by clicking on this Spotlight button right there, I just directed everyone to that computer right there. In Explore mode, you can auto-pan through a scene and let all participants explore at their own pace. We like to call this the fun mode because everyone has access to everything and it will gaze through everybody's view for 10 to 15 seconds. If there are no participants at all, it will auto-pan through the entire project, moving scene to scene. So this is a great feature for a trade show or booth-like setting where you want to show off your space. So I'm going to go ahead here and go into Explore mode so everyone can see what it's like. So right now it's on Madison, and I can see that she is in the middle scene, just scrolling around the project. So this kind of gives a preview of where each participant is and what they are focusing on. And Collaborate will continue to switch between everybody's view until the presenter decides to switch back to Present mode. So I will just give everyone a few moments here to look around and have fun on Explore mode. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead
welcome to our
here.
360-degree experience.
There is your ambient audio going off here. So I'm going to go back and switch to present mode here. And let's take a look at some of the controls that you have. So the scene list icon right here, this allows you to switch scenes within your project, so wherever you would like. The select project icon here allows you to switch the project you are viewing with your guests. And if the markup is turned on, you and your viewers can use it live. So let's say here, I'm going to go ahead and just circle this chair. Everyone is able to see that I just went ahead and circled that chair. The settings tab on the left right here, this customizes your Collaborate experience for all future sessions that you launch. And there we go. And I will just browse around the project now before I end the Collaborate session. If I wanted to open up the floor plan.
Welcome to our 360-degree experience.
Okay, perfect, just like that. And then if you ever wanted to end the session, you just press exit and press end session. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to my slides here. Perfect. So I know that was a lot of information in a quick amount of time, but I hope that you did learn some information on Yulio, and I hope that it helps you. I will stick around now for a few questions. If you do think of a question or want to follow up, please feel free to send me an email. My email address is on the screen here. If you want to schedule a training session, just feel free to send me an email and we can schedule that in as well. But thank you all for joining, and I will now stick around to answer some questions.